Gee, Jiminy. So you just got your Cricut, and you're wondering what all can you do with it? What all projects, what all materials do you need? Oh, this is a short tutorial on getting started on Design Space. So you just come to Google and you'll find design.cricut.com, or just Google Cricut Design Space and you'll come to this page. You can download it on your own computer. I find that useful if you're doing projects offline, or you can just open it online and hit agree, and we'll just open it. I already have it downloaded, so we'll open the desktop application, and this takes us right into Design Space. And this is where you'll find all your projects, and this is the home page. You don't really mess with all the settings over here. You'll just choose what you'll want to do first is choose your machine. So I have the Explorer, so if you have the Joy or the Maker, you'll click one of those, and then you can hit New Project, and that brings you into the canvas. On the canvas, this is where you'll be changing sizes, putting stuff together, just creating what you want to do. You want to know what all you can do. You can come in here to projects, and you can just start browsing all kinds of projects to kind of give you ideas of what all you can do. You can sort these by different categories, like by machine, by material, by items, by holidays, occasions, just whatever you want. And these are pretty cool because once you find one that you want, it's really easy to go from there. So like, say you want to make this zebra t-shirt, so you click on it and it will pull up like a recipe card of what all materials you need and everything else. So this is to make the whole project, to make the whole t-shirt, printing it, cutting it, and then putting it onto the t-shirt. So this is really useful, and you can customize it any way you want to. So this will just be the zebra head right here. And once you're getting ready to make it, it'll tell you what steps you'll need next. So you'll need a whole big square, let's say 10 by 11 square of whatever material you're going to be using. And you'll want to make sure for t-shirts and heat transfer to have your mirror on. So that's to give you an idea of, you want to know what all you can do. You can explore the projects a little bit based on whatever. You can do different cards. You can do it by material, like if you want to make something with just vinyl, whatever you want to do. And that's the easiest. Like, it gives you a recipe card. You can also come in here and down to images if you want to just make something and you already have an idea of what you want to put it on, and you can browse once again 100,000 plus Cricut images. So you can filter these out by themes, occasions, image sets, seasons, and then once you click on your category, you can even filter it more by if you want to just do something where you can only have to worry about cutting it. You don't have to print it, or you don't have to put the Cricut pins in or whatever. So you can do cut only, and you know, complex, how difficult the weeding is going to be, how many layers, if you just want one layer and you don't want to print out a bunch of mats. Material, you're just doing like a vinyl and you want to make sure you're so these would all be for a single layer, cut only, you know, and vinyl. So these would be like, you know, just ready to go. You can just insert whatever one you like, and we'll exit out of that one, and you can change your size to whatever project you're going to be applying this on. You can change the color right here. This is more of, I feel like, just a reference to just give you a general idea, but it's going to be whatever vinyl you use, that's what's going to be the color. So I don't really worry about that too much. Now say sometimes you might be doing like something like you're adding some text into it, or you're adding multiple images onto something, and you might get something that looks like all these layers, and you're like, well, I just wanted it all on a red, so, but it's still all gonna show, you know, all these different layers right here. So if you're just all gonna be using the same vinyl, then you can come over here to your layers and hit your color sync, and you can drag all the colors to the same, and that will put them all on the same sheet. And I want to, this is just to see like how big you want them. Don't arrange them yet, because once you hit make it, it's gonna jumble them all up for you. So this is like just, I think, to save you like the most vinyl. But if you want it to print off, so you can put it onto your transfer tape and keep it aligned and everything, you can then get your final placement of how you want it cut right here. If you were to cut this, and say you want that blue, so we'll just make cut out a blue square that's, you know, 4 inches by 5 inches or 4 inches right there, and to cover that. And then your red square right here, make that 4 by 5 to cover that. And it's going to print out whatever vinyl you put on those squares. So that's just kind of if you start and get a bunch of layers and you don't know what to do, because you can also ungroup all your text too, and that will add a bunch of layers if you do that. And what I mean by that is, if you don't like the spacing on them, they'll let you move them to individual letters, which can be kind of difficult once you get into applying it, because all these will be, you know, without the transfer tape, you'll have to apply these one by one, and keeping them aligned to look like it, however you have it on Design Space, might be kind of difficult. So now if you find an image that you know your image isn't on here, you can also upload any image you find on Google, and we'll go over to Google to show you how to do that. And you could just do your image search, and I already got one typed in right here, and it sometimes helps to insert SVG or clip art, and you'll see why in a little bit. It just gives you images that are easier to apply. And I found this one that I saved and I like, so I'm gonna use this design. What you'll do is, once you find your image, is you'll hit right click and you'll save your image as, and then you remember where you save it as, and you can change the name right here and save it. I've already got it saved, so then you'll come back down in Cricut Design Space and you'll hit upload and upload your image, browse. And this is the one I was going to show for reference. And then I always do complex, because it'll give you the best detail whenever you're cutting. And I come down here before this is to get rid of all the background and everything you don't want, because if you cut it right here and continue, you would just be looking at that. So we'll come down here, and for something like this, I would just change the colors down to like 2. That way it makes it easier to get rid of everything that you don't want, and you can start clicking on the parts of the picture that you don't want, and you'll start seeing this checkerboard thing, and that's not going to be included, so you can check your progress right here, and that's what it's going to look like now. So you'll come through here, reduce the colors, and you can also zoom in if you need to get, and you'll just click on all these little pieces that you don't want in your decal, and get rid of all these by clicking on them. There's also, if you need to get rid of some stuff like this, instead of clicking on them, there's a lot to click on, you can click this eraser and make it large, and just come down here and just clear all that out of your picture. And then if you mess up, there's also an undo arrow. So, and then we'll go back to the select mode to select all the rest of this little pretty good job. We can preview it right here. Kind of got the webs going through. It's good for me. You'll hit continue, and you'll just want to do cut unless you're printing and cut. There's not much of a difference here. Upload, and then from here, these are all the images that you've cut, and you can just insert it and change it to whatever size you want. And from there, you're ready to make it and cut it. So you can do any images that you want, and they'll stay up here. So just remember, the more complex, the harder they are to be the background. So I would suggest looking for like clip art and SVGs. I did make this one for my son. It's Siren Head, and that one was pretty difficult to make too. There are also more complex ones like this. They're also going to be more complex to weed as well, so keep that in mind. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll be posting more tutorials on Cricut as they come. Thank you.